Previously on the Seth Window Show.
What? You're supposed to be the producer of this show, right?
I am.
Yeah. Well, what was the deal with the tech guy and In the News in New Hampshire?
The deal with the tech guy was he changed the joke because it wasn't funny.
No. It was bad producing on your part, and it totally screwed up the show.
It was bad hosting on your part.
Bad hosting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go find another host then. I dare you to.
All right. Maybe we will.
Yeah. You're going to find another host for the Seth Window Show? I mean, who else is going to host the show besides me, Seth Window?
How about me? Evil Seth.
Breaking my back just to know your name. 17 tracks and I've had it with this game. I'm breaking my back just to know your name. But heaven ain't close in a place like this. Anything goes, but don't blink, you might miss. 'Cause heaven ain't close in a place like this. I said heaven ain't close in a place like this. Bring it back down tonight. Never thought I'd let a rumor ruin my moonlight. Somebody told me you had a boyfriend who looked like a girlfriend. Then I had to marry you when I realized it. I'm on the next show and I got potential. Ready, let's roll on to something new. Taking it slow.
Yes. Welcome to the Evil Seth Window Show. I'm your host, Evil Seth. Shut up, bitch! Well, things are going to be run a little differently than they have been running on the regular Seth Window Show, and let me explain a little bit, so take a seat with me. You want a cigarette? No, you're trying to quit. Okay. Hey, kids at home, you should pick up smoking. Just don't believe what the media tells you. They're not bad for you. Cancer. Anyway, the Seth Window Show had some problems, and that's why Evil Seth was brought on, and that's me. You see, we never had the publicity we deserved. So I said to myself, hey, Evil Seth, and I go, yes, because I'm evil. And I said, let's form a publicity stunt. And I said, that's a terrific idea. So what we did is we contacted a man named Clifford Crowley. He's been writing to the Union Leader every day about the noise in Manchester. And so when we got in touch with him, we said, you know what, Cliff? And he said, yes, Evil Seth. I said, we could get the publicity here, all the media here, by just claiming that we're going to run a pro-noise protest, a fake pro-noise protest. And so I sent a press release out to the media saying there'd be 50 to 100 cars showing up for a pro-noise protest on Lake Avenue this past Wednesday. Little did they know it was just going to be me and like 10 of my buddies driving around in cars. But hey, it worked out. We got 4 news channels there, and we got the footage to prove it, so sit back, enjoy a nice glass of your favorite wine. I'm going to, and enjoy the footage.
And in Manchester tonight, dozens of people gathered to talk about street noise. The city's been under pressure to enforce the local noise ordinance, and it has people on both sides of this issue upset.
That's right, all's quiet now, but a couple of hours ago, a couple of dozen college-aged men broadcast their message loud and clear.
It looks like a scene directly out of the movie Fast and Furious, as over 50 cars made their way down Lake Ave, blasting their stereos and honking their horns, all in an effort to make as much noise as possible.
Including local cable TV personality Seth Window, who organized the event.
At 6:15, the cars came, blasting the song, Why Can't We Be Friends?
Crowley's got all these anti-noise people. I got all the, the pro-noise people, and it's like, why can't we be friends?
What started out as just a publicity stunt for the Seth Window Show turned out to be a little bit more.
Okay. Ready when you are. What? And
You're gonna copy this?
I'd like to introduce to the show Mr. Crowley. Now, Mr. Cliff Crowley, you're in charge of the anti-noise crusade here in Manchester. Would you like to explain that?
Yeah, I guess I am in charge. What we're trying to do is let people know that this is just not a noise issue. This is now a health issue. If you look around, you'll see folders everywhere. It has to do with some very bright people who have been studying this issue for 10, 15 years. One would be Dr. Bronzoft.
You mentioned that the noisy community leads to murders. Could you elaborate on that?
Well, I got it pretty well documented inside. One was in Rochester, New York, not the murder. I have the murder somewhere.
I think I heard about that. Was that the Milkshake song that was being played?
No, that wasn't a milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I could teach you, but I have to charge. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
what was the question? I'm sorry, there's too much noise going on here.
What are you hoping to accomplish?
I'm just trying to bring attention to this issue. I mean, something needs to be done, and you know, pretty much we gotta forget about what happened to Nomar. You know, he's with the Cubbies now, and I think we're better with Cabrera. So I really don't want any more questions about that issue.
You know what? You know, there's a different form for these guys to express their opinion. You know, and you know, this is not the way of doing it because they're disrupting a whole community.
We're gonna cruise by. So do they have to be there? They don't have to be there. They're gonna be there.
You're a star.
I'm a star. Who are you, sir? Who are you, sir? What's your name?
I'm also a public access producer, and you're an embarrassment to MCTV and the city of Manchester.
Hey, stay and talk with me then.
I'm going to talk to this.
You embarrass me, jackass.
Also, you're talking about learning disabilities affected by the pro-noise. Can you explain that?
They did a study on one side of the tracks and on the other side of the tracks, to be honest with you. And the people on the quiet side of the tracks were farther ahead than the children on the other side of the tracks.
Which tracks are we talking about?
No idea. Okay.
Train tracks or?
Train tracks, I assume, yeah.
Is there still a train that runs around here? Or?
No, I'm talking about New York, okay? All right. New York, they've changed all the laws, and it's
Bloomberg.
Right. And the reason this has happened is because Bronzoft,
Bronzoff and Bloomberg.
Okay, right. She changed the laws. Oh, is that her? She helped.
Bronzoff and Bloomberg.
Yeah. Right.
It seems to me that you're not really sure what your position is on this, except that you want some publicity. Would that be fair to say?
Well, I think a position would be not having a position on it. I think that's a position in itself. And, yes. Get the stick. Did you get that on film? Yeah. That was great. Wonderful, wonderful. And that's how you get some publicity. You see that? Welcome to the Evil Seth Windows Show. I'm going to start things off with a monologue here. If you might notice, we don't have a studio because I don't like studios. I don't like studio audiences, so it's just you and me tonight, so I hope you enjoy. First joke. Well, I'd like to mention that a lot of people have been saying, hey, Evil Seth, what's the difference between you and regular Seth? Is it the suit? Yeah. Okay. Is it the shades that you wear? Is it the different hair? Well, yeah. It's also different politics. You know, regular Seth was a Democrat, and Evil Seth is a very staunch Republican because I hate taxes, and I hate Hispanics. Hispanics. Cigarette. And our jokes are very different, you know. Seth wouldn't go for the, evil jokes. Take this joke, for example. See this puppy? That puppy looked at me wrong, so I shot him. In the face. Delightful. I also like to make fun of current events. Let's see, in the news. Ashley Olsen has been going through some anorexia troubles. You know what I say to that? Eat something, bitch. Oh, speaking of hungry, you know that dog I killed? Well, I cooked him up and had him for dinner. Retriever. Oh, it was so good. Well, you know, let's get this show started here. I don't know if you want to run some music. Jazzy? Jazzy. Alright. Well, over the past week, we've gotten a lot of publicity, not just from the publicity stunt, but also from a nationally syndicated show called Celebrities Uncensored. It's a little embarrassing, but they caught me outside a bar this past week, and we got the footage, so let's check out Evil Seth on Celebrities Uncensored.
Here's two random celebrities in the car that nobody cares about. Everybody watch. Our cameras caught Seth Window outside a bar in New Hampshire.
Hey, whoa! Hey!
Hey Seth, we're from Celebrities Uncensored.
You're from Celebrities Uncensored. It's Evil Seth. It's being evil.
Are you intoxicated, Mr. Window?
I'm drunk. So what? So what? I get it. Yeah. Hey, I got a question. Hey. Where
What do you got to tell us? What do you want?
Where's Tony Danza? Where is he? Tony!
Seth seems a little out of control, but what a fun-loving guy in the end.
Oh, that's embarrassing. I never did find Tony that night. Friggin' Danza, that bastard. And who's the boss now, huh? Remember that night? Jack Daniel was the boss that night. Yes, sir. Well, stay tuned. We got a little commercial. Pay close attention, and we'll be right back.
Are you tired of boring public access television? Well, then watch Know Your City, hosted by this guy.
I'm also a public access producer, and you're an embarrassment to MCTV and the city of Manchester.
Feel the passion that you saw on the Seth Window Show live on his own show.
But all I can remember, and you probably know this story, that my mother's favorite song was that Glenn Miller song, In the Mood, or something like that.
Know Your City.
I guess it's gotten to the point where property taxes are a main concern, and...
Holy cow, this guy's interesting. Listen to what local star Seth Window had to say about his show.
You know, when I first met the guy, I thought he was an irrational dick who had no idea what he was talking about. But then I saw his show. Now I'm in love with the guy.
You're an embarrassment.
Know Your Friggin' City. Airs every Monday night at 8 on MCTV.
You embarrass me, jackass. Great, welcome back to the show. Now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, traveling around New England with Evil Seth. Now hit the music. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Gotta love that jazz. Frankie, baby, Frankie. Well, as everybody knows, regular Seth was from New Hampshire. Well, Evil Seth was from the Bronx, nigga! So, I thought, hey, what's more evil than the New York Yankees? So we went down to Boston, Massachusetts, wearing a Yankees cap, to see what reactions we can get out of the Bostonians down there. And let me tell you, the Beantown friendly people weren't too friendly to Mr. Evil Seth. They got a little evil themselves. Check it out.
No. Most of people that never thought they're being exposed now. I'd like to think like Reverend Martin King thought. We will be judged by our content, the character, and I really believe that. It's like, man, someone shows you a kind of character. It don't matter who they are. They can show that way of like, oh, you're objective about it. Fuck you. You know, hey, I swam, and I'm a drunk, and I work hard. People persecute me all my life. Guess what? I'm a carnivore. I get it. Maybe I'll get out.
I'm home alone tonight. Full moon illuminates my rooms and my mind of light. I think I was dreaming of some thoughts that were seemingly possible. With you.
30 seconds. Talk about Boston. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it?
Well, for one thing, well, it's a lot warmer here than where I'm from. Actually, even though it gets cold way in the summer. That's not what I meant. You got to do this again, don't we? Yeah.
We're here at Buckner Bridge in Boston, and it was built in 1986. A great year for the Boston Red Sox. If I can show you the form of the bridge right now, it's something like this. Under the bridge, and just like the boat, the ball goes under Buckner's legs, and the Red Sox lose. So is this your year?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. That is the stupidest answer I hear from every single Boston fan. You know, these detour signs are all over the city ever since the Big Dig started taking place. I mean, how's that working out for you, you Boston assholes? And what about the Red Sox? They suck, huh?
No, I wouldn't say that. They don't. That's a bad word to use. They're not playing well.
Just
putting it mildly. It's the Red Flops, actually.
You were around for 1918 though to see the.
No, I was born in 1899, but it was okay because I'm a vampire.
I can do.
Hold on, I'm talking to you right now.
You're on the cell phone.
Yeah. Somebody's having a conversation with me here. What he's video recording me on TV. What are you recording for there, big guy?
About Boston. Okay. So who are you talking to?
Yeah. Why don't you talk to him?
How you doing?
Great miracle. He came in the office of a prophet, but he was the Messiah. He was the Jews in the Old Testament were waiting for. The Torah, the Word of God. The Old I want to read to you in Genesis chapter 12.
Go with chapter 13.
Now the Lord had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee, and I will make of thee a great nation, and I will
So, you got some ideas for the show. Let's hear them.
Well, we can go around asking people in Boston if they're aware of their hair, or is it the fact you just don't care? Fred Astaire has no hair, but he has no fear because his head is already bare. Thank you.
It's very true. I just want to ask real quickly, how's Enron treating you? Is it true that a lot of British people are gay?
No. Is it true that a lot of Americans are asses?
That is true.
Yes. Excellent. No, it's not true.
I'm going to report on Boston, and everybody I've talked to in Boston really isn't the brightest. So if I gave you, where are you from?
New Bedford.
That's close enough. All right, so you're from Boston. Give us 20 seconds and prove to us that Boston's not a city full of stupid citizens. All right, ready? 20 seconds. Okay, ready? 20 seconds. Go.
It's not full of stupid people.
14, 13, 9, 8, 7.
A lot of people's helped me.
What's that time? 1. You heard it here first. Boston is not full of stupid people. Thank you very much. Host, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever on the Seth Window Show, we have a guest host. What's your name?
Question. Sir, have you ever washed windows while breaking wind on a windy Wednesday?
It's a good question. You want to keep posting? He's doing a great job.
Sir, can I ask you a question? Have
Yeah.
you ever broke wind while washing windows on a windy Wednesday?
No, I can't say. I might have.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
That is better hosting than I do. Thank you very much. Terrific. Thank you.
It's appropriate for today where it's Wednesday. Ma'am, would it being Wednesday, have you ever broke wind while washing windows on a windy Wednesday? Thank you.
The answer was no. It's a very intellectual question, and that's what our show is. Yes, yes.
People, stay tuned. I'll be back.
The revolution will not be televised. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Millar's evil twin has just hosted the show. You know, we've had a lot of fun in Boston. I don't know what I enjoyed more, the crazy people or the diehard Red Sox fans or the constant smell of urine that this city smells like. I'm going to miss it. But for now, this is Evil Seth signing off. What? Back to the studio.
Well, it's the end of my cigarette, and you know what that means on the Evil Seth show. It's the end of the show. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight, and I want everybody to look for a new DVD coming out on the website, thesethwindowshow.com, very soon. I'll see you next week because Evil Seth's got this show under control. Shut up again, bitch. I won't come over there. I swear I will. I gotta go take care of some business. I'll see you next week.
Stay away from my friends, they're smooth operators looking for a way in. Stay away from me tonight, I've made other plans and you'll just be distracting me in a good way. She doesn't know that I love her. Yes, I love her. Make a move on me, baby. I can't be the one who's always taking chances. See me down so you get down. No, you've got me all wrong. I just wanna kiss your lips and you kiss back. She doesn't know that I love her.
Live from WNDS TV, this is News Now at 10.
Stereos were cranked up to capacity as 50 or so cars cruised down Lake Avenue in a high-decibel derby. Good evening, I'm Michael Fiorentino.
And I'm Nicole Papageorge. Anti-noise advocates have been making their voices heard, taking the city of Manchester to court and talking with the union leader. So in response, those on the other side of the issue made some noise of their own, literally. News Now's Carrie Page has the story.
It looks like a scene directly out of the movie Fast and Furious, as over 50 cars made their way down Lake Ave, blasting their stereos and honking their horns, all in an effort to make as much noise as possible.
Tonight's pro-noise rally took on a life of its own, all starting because of a local man's outrage over noise pollution in the city of Manchester. Clifton Crowley took the city of Manchester to court about laws dealing with the noise, because he says he can't sleep at night because of the loud car stereos that drive down Lake Ave.
Here's the noise.
Yeah. Next time we just...
Okay, that's the noise. Multiply it also, and then multiply that by the number of cars. That's what we're talking about.
21-year-old Seth Window, a student at the University of New Hampshire and public access TV host, caught wind of Crowley's anti-noise crusade and planned his own pro-noise rally.
Anyway, we have rights, and we can't, you know, we have rights too, they have rights, and let's just get a solution to this. I don't know.
Crowley hopes that tonight's rally will bring attention to his cause.
The best that will come out of this is that they enforce the laws or change the laws, whatever is necessary.
At 6:15, the cars came blasting the song, "Why Can't We Be Friends?"
Crowley's got all these anti-noise people. I got all the, the pro-noise people, and it's like, why can't we be friends? Let's just come to a solution to this problem,
All in good fun, police did set some rules for the cars participating, making sure nothing got out of hand.
Just the fact that we should be able to listen to our music during a certain time. We should be allowed to listen to it loud. I understand that at night people go to sleep. I do too, but I'm not going to complain about every car that drives by or every motorcycle.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's a way for both parties to live. You just have to reach that.
What started out as just a publicity stunt for the Seth Window Show turned out to be a little bit more. But in the end, both the anti-noise protesters and the pro-noise protesters all decided, why can't we just be friends? In Manchester, Carrie Page, News Now Night Team.